Lawrence, you just mentioned the high cost of energy in New Hampshire. Let's discuss the proposed Northern Pass project, which would bring hydropower from Canada into and through New Hampshire. Mr. Lawrence, you've called it a bad deal, but with the high cost of energy, as you mentioned, shouldn't everything be on the table?
Well, I would disagree with you, Adam, that we shouldn't keep everything on the table, but it is a bad deal as the plan is laid out right now. I'm very happy to see that they've actually agreed to bury some of those lines now, which is a step in the right direction. But let's face facts. We just heard my opponent talk about tourism and how heavily the North Country relies on that for their economy. We're talking about a project that's slated to plow through our state that will damage our beautiful landscape, will damage our tourism industry, but there are no guarantees on the table that we will actually get any of the power or the benefit from that project as it stands now. I'm just looking, and I've always said this, if I'm elected to Congress, I'm going to fight for the people of New Hampshire first. If I see a deal that doesn't give the people of New Hampshire their just due, like allowing a project to go through our state without guarantees to help us where we need the help the most, lowering our energy costs, I'm not going to back it.
Congresswoman Custer, is Mr. Lawrence right? Is the Northern Pass project a bad deal for New Hampshire?
Well, I don't think we can say definitively at this point. And I got very engaged, as did our entire bipartisan delegation in this process, working with the company and working with the communities. People were concerned about the impact on tourism and obviously the visual impact of the high power lines coming through, and the company did make an agreement to bury over 60 miles of that project. Now we're working our way down, and we have a discussion going on about where the project's going to be and the siting further south. But look, we do need to talk about energy and the high cost of energy here in New Hampshire, and I think my opponent has just taken this right off the table without a thorough investigation. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's the site evaluation committee here in the state that is going to make this decision. But what I've said to the company is work with these communities, because maybe there is a way to get to a place that will be acceptable. If more can be buried, I don't think we should out of hand just write it off. Now, on the Kinder Morgan project, I did look into it very closely. It crossed 17 towns in my district. And in that project, trying to work with the company, they were not forthcoming. I reached the conclusion that it should not happen, and they pulled the plug on that project.
And I'm going to allow you to respond in a moment, Mr. Lawrence, but I do want to ask you, you haven't yet taken a firm position on the Northern Pass project. Are you leaning in one direction or?
My role, I'm not the decider. My role is to bring people to the table, to listen to the communities. That's what I've done extensively. We've attended all of the hearings. We talk frequently with the community, and ultimately trying to work with the company to get a project that is more beneficial to the people of the 2nd District. If that can't happen, then I would come out in opposition.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Lawrence?
You know, based on all of my business experience, I'm not going to take anything off the table. What I'm saying is that I don't see enough benefit for the people of New Hampshire in this project yet. I want to guarantee that New Hampshire gets their just due, and I think that it's incumbent upon any of our elected officials to make sure that we support the people of New Hampshire first.